Hello and welcome to Snowy Peaks Math. My name is Joe Police. You guys can call me Jopo. And this is a video about the flipped and blended learning orientation. At Snowy Peaks, we do things a little bit differently. You're going to learn math in a unique way that you've probably never done before. And I'm here to help you learn that process. So that's the big thing about this video and about this class is that, not only am I going to teach you guys math, but I'm going to teach you guys how to learn. Okay, so through this video and, throughout your math career, I'm going to help you guys learn some skills that will help you, further down the road in life, in college, and to help you become a better learner and a more efficient learner. So hang tight and we're going to get started. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to talk to you guys about the purpose of flipped and blended learning. Now, before I talk about what that is, I want you to think about what math class used to be like. In a traditional setting, the teacher would sit up at the board and they would talk the entire time and they would teach it to you, and then they'd expect you to go home and do the homework, right? And then typically what would happen is you would sit there in class, maybe you would understand what the teacher was talking about, maybe you didn't, and you'd try and go home and do the homework, and all of a sudden nothing made sense. And so you couldn't do the homework because you didn't understand it. And then you'd come back into class and you would tell your teacher, hey, I didn't do the homework because I didn't understand it. And they're like, well, I taught it to you. And you're like, well, I don't remember what you said. And so fundamentally, that's not an efficient way of teaching and learning, okay? It's not a good use of our time. And typically what we call that is passive learning, okay? Where you're sitting there absorbing the information and not necessarily like trying. You're just trying to get through it, okay? And that's not the point of math. That's not the point of education. The point of education is for you guys to learn. And my job is to make you guys better learners, okay? And so one thing that I kind of discovered through my math career is learning from videos is an extremely efficient way of learning, okay? You will learn better. You will learn more efficiently. It is an active learning setting where you are the one that has to do the learning versus a passive learning setting where you sit there and you're like, I don't know what to do, okay? Active learning, and we're going to work on this. We're going to teach you how to do this. And the cool thing is that this promotes an individualized education where you guys kind of dictate what you want to learn and how fast you learn, okay? You're going to have to learn a certain set amount of information. However, we can do that at our own pace and we can do that, in our own time. And so the cool thing is the use of time. That's the most important aspect of the flipped and blended learning model. And what that is that, think about my time as a teacher, okay? In a traditional setting, I was at the board from the moment the bell rang until the moment the bell stopped ringing, or from bell to bell, okay? And I was teaching and I was talking. And it didn't really give me the chance to sit down with every student and to help them with what they needed help with, okay? And so with this model, it will, the class will gradually become this organic, use of time where some students are learning from videos, some students are working on assignments, some students are, working on quizzes. And I can float and help you guys when you need help, okay? But there's going to be a few stipulations on this, and you guys are going to have to be the ones trying, okay? You can't sit there and be a passive learner. You have to be an active learner. You have to really start trying. Math is hard, okay? I will tell you point blank that math is hard. I struggled in math, but I spent time on it, okay? And, it's one of those things that, the more you work at it, the better it's going to be. Now, it's probably not the most exciting thing in the world. I try my best to make it as exciting as possible. However, you have to give it a try, okay? If you don't try, it's not going to work, okay? And that's where it comes down to being an active learner. So if you guys try and you do what I say and you follow my instructions and you believe in this concept, because I have seen students that have struggled in math before that have just blown the roof off a class. And that's really powerful, okay? Watching a student go from someone that was like, I hate math to, hey, I can do this. It's really not that hard, but you have to spend some time on it, okay? And so I'm here to help, all right? But I need you guys too, all right? And so we're going to talk about what a typical classroom day looks like in the next part. Okay, so a typical day in a Snowy Peaks math class is this. You're going to come in and you guys will notice that you guys have a bell work question, and that's going to be on Google Classroom, and I'm going to show you guys how to navigate all that in the next part of the video. But then what you're going to have is you're going to have a video that you're going to have to watch, and you're going to have to take notes, and that's where you do your learning, okay? And then, you know, last year I made you guys do this thing where I made you upload like a picture of your notes. I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay, but what you are going to do is you're going to take a notes quiz. I have to ensure that you guys learn from the video, okay? And that's something that is going to take time. We're going to practice that, okay? And so, you know, this will allow me to see, hey, did you learn from the video? You know, where did we make mistakes? Where are your notes at? Did you use your notes? Are we using them efficiently? And then you know, what we will then do is we're going to work on the EDGENUITY assignment and quiz. And the assignment, I will work on that with you. Okay, that's something that I will do with you guys. But then the quiz is something you guys take on your own. And then what we'll do is we'll upload these documents into Google Classroom. So, so you guys will upload screenshots of the assignment and quiz into Google Classroom, and that's a pretty easy thing to do. So we may get all this stuff done in one day. We may not. It depends on your use of time. Okay, so it's really important that you guys are here and that you guys are working with me, and that we, you know, we take this method of learning and we really try. So if you guys buy into it, it's going to go really easy. If you fight it, it's not going to go very smoothly. Okay, you know what it comes down to, guys, is that you have to learn from the video, okay? I cannot be teaching 4 different sections in one day, okay? I can help you through the assignment and quiz, and that's, you know, that's what I'm here for, but the initial learning takes place in the video, okay? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to take notes and all that. So let's take a look at the next part of the video. All right, so here we are in the computer. My face is no longer on here, but you know, this is the class website. And so what you notice here, and I'll show you guys how to get there, but once you're here, there is a home page, okay, which we are on currently. And I've got a little slideshow here about why Snowy Peaks is great. And I've got some information about how to navigate this website, how to be a math student, what flipped and blended learning is, how to take notes, and then a student survey. And this is something that I want you guys to fill out. And if you want to, you should be able to make it bigger somehow. Yeah, if you click this button, then it'll open up the new window and it'll have you do that. So I want you guys to go ahead and take the student survey once you're on, and then there is an About Me page. That kind of shows a little bit about you know, who I am and all that. So there are various links throughout, and I'll let you guys kind of explore that. But once you guys are here on the homepage, okay, I want you to take a look at this, navigating this website in Google Classroom. So this website, I want you guys to think of the website as like your textbook, and Google Classroom is like the class workbook, okay? On this website, and I'll show you guys this, but we will have videos. You'll have access to notes, the class calendar to see when things are due, and then links to Google Classroom assignments, okay? And so this website is a centralized location for all classroom information, all right? And so what I want you to do, and I'm just going to go up to Algebra 1 because that's the only one that I've updated thus far. But in Algebra 1, what you notice here is that you have a link for the Algebra 1 videos. So if you click on this link, then what happens is a YouTube page opens up, and the all of the videos for Algebra 1 are housed right here in this playlist. Okay, so you guys can, these are all the videos that you'll do for the year. All right, so if I close this out,
over here are the notes. So let's say all of a sudden you're like, hey, I don't have my notes, but you have a printer at home. Well, voila. You have notes that you can print out. You can download and print those straight from this website, okay? The next thing that's really cool is the calendar, okay? And the calendar, is for July. Right now I'm recording this in the middle of July. But over here, you guys can see that you have various things set up for, the class. So this is when we come back in August. And then in September, I want you to notice over here on the Fridays, shows you what things are due and when, okay? And this is only available up until the first quarter. So I will update this as need be, but that's the calendar. The next one that you guys can find is the assignments and quizzes. So right here, I've got the first three things for flipped and blended learning orientation, and you've already accessed this from orientation day one, okay? But the other thing that I want you to notice here, and I just want you to see how this works. Let's say you want to do Unit 1, Section 1, all right? I'm going to click on this link, and it's going to automatically take me to the Google Classroom Unit 1, Section 1 page. Okay, and what this says here, okay, so for this section, please do the following. Watch the following video and take notes in your guided notes. Okay, so here's the video. So, again, if you want to access the video from the website, you can. All right, or it'll be in Google Classroom. So either way, that's where the video is. And then once you're done with that, you're going to complete the notes quiz. So I'm not having you guys turn in your notes anymore. But what you're going to do is you're going to open up this Google Class or this Google form, and it's going to prompt you to answer these questions. And it's probably going to be, 2 to 4 questions, depending. This is just an example. I'll probably add in another question. But here, on this one, this is a, multiple choice question. Okay, and I'll get to see whether or not you guys got it right. And then on this one, this is an open-ended question. So given the following graph, please describe what is happening to the speed of the bus in parts A, B, C, and D. So in part A, you need to describe that here. In part B, what's happening. In part C, what's happening and what's happening in part D. All right, and then you'd submit that. And then I would check that to see how well you did. And then, we'd go from there. So yeah, that's what you guys will do. That will be recorded, and then back here on the Google Classroom assignment, once you're done with the notes quiz, you'll need to log on to EDGENUITY and complete the assignment and quiz, and then you will upload screenshots of those scores into this assignment and hit submit. So there are a few things that you guys will have to do, but guys, I need to ensure that you guys are learning from your notes. So this and from the video. So the notes quiz is probably the most important thing on the Google Classroom assignments, and you'll see those there. So, and that's that. So that's kind of what we're doing, and what's available to you online for this. And I'll put in a link for EDGENUITY into this as well. All right. So let's go ahead and let's talk about how do we take some notes. All right. So we're back. And what I want to do is go over, how to take notes, for this flipped and blended learning orientation. And so you guys have a copy of your notes of this sheet with you. And what I want to do is go through, the purpose of the videos and how to take notes and just kind of go through that. So let's go ahead and jump in here, and I'm going to write things down. And I want you to also write things down as I write them down. All right. So the first thing is, the point of this Google Classroom orientation is that we want to learn how to be a student at SPHS. Okay. That's the point of this. All right. That's the point of this Google Classroom or the flipped classroom orientation, okay? And what we're doing in this one specifically, in this part of the video, is we are going to practice taking notes, okay? Guys, when I was growing up in high school and even in college, I would take notes, and the teacher would just say, you need to write this down, write this down. And I would write it down. Okay, I would just do it, just to make them happy. But I struggled because when I would go back and, look at my notes, I wouldn't have any idea what they meant. They were just a bunch of words on a page. And so learning how to take notes and understanding your notes is a really important skill that will help you, in the future. Oftentimes, if I'm sitting there and someone's giving me instructions on how to do something, I, usually write down those instructions. So let's go through this and, let's take a look. So the purpose of the video. So in this part of the notes, we're going to write down some things and talk about why we use the videos to learn. Okay, so the purpose of the videos is that we learn from the videos. So learn from the videos. Okay, and so that's where the learning takes place. Guys, it's going to get to a point where none of us will be on the same section in class, and I am not able to teach you at the board. Okay, and I may go through, a day where I try to teach you guys at the board, and we'll see which one you like better. You will probably appreciate the videos a little bit better. And so what you guys will be able to do is you'll be able to access the videos. So you access the videos on YouTube through my channel. You will access them on Google Classroom. Or the SPHS math website. Okay, so that's where you can access the videos. So various places where you can access them. The next thing I want to talk about, the powerful thing about the videos, the nice thing that I like about the videos is that, you can go at your own pace. You can pause and rewind the videos. Okay, so oftentimes, when I'd be sitting in a class that's live, the teacher would say something, and if I didn't understand what they said, or if I was like, wait, what did they say again? You don't have the chance to do that in real life. But if you have something in video format, you have the ability to pause and rewind. That is one of the most important things that you can do. And a lot of times, I'll be writing very quickly, and you may have to sit there and process the information. It's a really good thing to pause that, write those things down, and then continue what you're doing. Okay, and so what the cool thing is that this saves time. Okay, time is of the essence. Time is saved and utilized more efficiently. So utilized more efficiently. Okay, and so and that's the thing about the videos. All right, you're utilizing your time. You're going at your own pace, and I'm not wasting your time as if I was teaching live, okay? And you're not, holding anybody back, and no one's holding you back, okay? So time is of the essence, okay? The other cool thing about the videos, and the purpose of the videos, is that you can speed up the videos, or you can slow down the videos, okay? And so if you're sitting there and you're like, hey, I feel like I can move through this a little bit faster and learn it at a faster rate, go ahead and speed up the video. Okay, I tend to do that quite a bit sometimes. If I'm trying to go through, guys, I'm in grad classes and I watch videos, to learn. Oftentimes I will speed up what they say because, the video might be kind of long and I might want to get it done pretty quickly. Okay, or there are times if something's really, really complex and difficult, I may want to slow it down, okay? All right, now the other thing is time to watch the videos, okay? You need to make time to watch the videos, all right? I find that you guys, oftentimes say that there is no time to watch the videos. And I find that to be extremely false. If you want to watch the videos, you will make time to watch the videos. Now, one of the things that we like to say about Snowy Peaks is that there's no homework. However, a good use of your time to watch the videos is outside of class, and that is highly recommended. Outside of class, watching the videos is highly recommended for you to do. Okay, so highly recommended. Oops. All right. And so, I find that the best use of your time, the best way to learn this is to watch the videos outside of class, and then you come into class having already watched the videos, and we jump right in and you go ahead and you start learning, okay? And the cool thing is, guys, is that all the stuff that you're doing here, you can access this anywhere that you have your computer and Wi-Fi, okay? That's the cool thing. All right, so you guys can really honestly take this class wherever you want and whenever you want, but we want to make sure that you are keeping up with the videos. So there is a time stamp on these, and you'll have to have these videos watched and learn certain content learned by a certain time. Okay. All right, now let's go over the concept of how to take notes. Okay. And remember, the point of this right now is we want to learn how to take notes. So learn how to take notes. All right, and why that is important. Okay. All right, so how to take notes. Okay. First of all, one of the main things you want to do when you take notes is you want to write everything down that your teacher writes down. Your teacher. Okay. All right, that's the first thing. Okay. The other good thing about taking notes, and one of the strategies is to write down what the teacher says but doesn't write. Okay? And I've done quite a bit of that already. So what the teacher says but doesn't write. All right. And that's something that's a hard skill to learn, okay? And what I typically do, a lot of times, I'll say something in a video, and this happens all the time. I'll say something in a video if I really want to make sure that like I want you guys to have that information on your notes, I usually write it down, okay? However, there are things that I say when I go into a deeper explanation that I don't write. But it's important that you guys write those things down. And that's kind of, up to you. If you're really trying to learn something, you'll listen to what someone says and you'll write those things down. Now, this is the perfect place to learn that because you have the ability to pause and rewind the video and say, hey, wait a second, he just said something that was really important. He didn't necessarily write it down. I should probably write that down. The other cool thing that you can do, okay, I'll get to that in here in a second. Let's go ahead and write down something else. The other important thing that you need to have happen with your notes is you need to understand your notes. Okay? And like I said before, this is very important. You should be able to go back into your notes and look at them and know what you wrote down and know what you were talking about, okay? And relearn things and get information from that. That is really important. That is the most important thing because oftentimes you'll just write things down and that will happen. If you don't take good notes, you'll watch these videos and you're going to just write things down and you're going to be like, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that means. Now, the other nice thing about this is that you have the ability to go back and rewatch those videos to help you relearn something if you don't remember it. Okay, so the videos are always there to help you. Okay, but your notes hopefully are good enough that you don't have to go back and rewatch. Okay, the other cool thing that you can do in your notes is write down step by step instructions. Okay, that's a really cool thing to do, and that's something that I would often do if it's like, hey, there's a lot of parts to doing this problem. I got to write down each step individually. Okay. Now the other thing is your ability to ask questions. If you're confused over something, and I'm talking about something in a video, and you're like, hey, Joe, what are you talking about? What does this mean? Ask those questions. Write those down. Okay. Write questions down as you watch the video. And, especially if you end up doing these, watching these videos at home, okay, it's important that you write those questions down because you can walk into class the next day and immediately ask those, and we can talk about them, okay? The other thing is that, there might be a time where you're watching a video and you're confused about something, and I'm off on the other side of the room helping a group of students, and I'm not able to help you at that moment. If you write that question down, I can help you in a few minutes, okay? And you will have that written down, all right? So, writing these notes and taking notes is a really valuable thing, okay? And it is a skill. It's something that takes practice. Now, here's the deal. If you get to a quiz and you're working on something and you raise your hand and you have me come over there and you say, I don't get it, well, guys, that's not a good question, okay? And I'm willing to help you. However, you need to help yourself. And I will ask you, where are your notes? And that's an important thing, is because I'm going to say, all right, well, let's use our notes, because all this information has been, if you've watched the video, technically it's been taught to you, and technically you have learned it, okay? And what I'm trying to do is to get you to be self-sufficient to learn from that video. Now, if you're sitting there and you're like, hey, the video didn't make any sense, I don't understand what we're doing, I don't understand why we did this, this, and this, those are questions that I can answer. If you're asking me specific questions, I'm happy to answer that. But if you're asking me, how do I do this problem? Well, you need to use your notes, and you need to, use that to, help you answer the questions, okay? So what I will do when you say, I need help, my first thing that I will tell you is you need to have your notes out. You need to get those out. And when you have those out, I'm going to direct you on how to use your notes to answer those questions. So, guys, it's not going to be this thing where I just completely let you go. Okay, we are going to work together on this. I'm going to teach you how to use your notes, how to take notes. So that way, when you further your education or you want to learn something else, you can, learn how to take notes and understand what you just learned. So, all right, that's all I got for this part of the video, and we're almost done, and we'll see you in a bit. Thanks a lot. Bye. Okay, guys, this has been a lot of information, and I don't want you to sit there and be overwhelmed, okay? I'm here to help you through this process, but I need one thing from you. I need you to meet me halfway. I need you to try. I need you to buy into this system, because guess what? It works. I have seen students that have struggled that have been very successful in this model, okay? You need to buy into it, and the faster you buy into it, the faster you start trying, and give me an honest day's work, we're going to do fine, okay? You will be on your path to get that diploma, all right? But I need you working every day. I need you with me every day. I need you trying every day, okay? I believe in you. You need to believe in yourselves, okay? But you have to meet me halfway on this, okay? I'm really excited to have you here. I'm so happy that you're here, and I can't wait to work with you, and I can't wait to get you to learn math and get you to like math, because it is awesome. Okay, see you later. Bye.